things that we can look at is expectation. It is a good thing in a way. I'm expecting the Lord to move. I'm expecting great things. I'm expecting my life to go well. You can do that. And essentially, what expectations are is projecting your will into the future. I'm expecting this to go well. Well, my will is this will happen, and it's not happened yet, so I'm believing that it's going to happen. It's different than faith. We can get into that in a second, but when you set expectations for your life, I think it's a positive thing. I really do. I think it's a good thing, with the understanding that things are subject to change at any point. When you set expectations in life and that's the only thing that you'll accept, it can be good and bad, because sometimes the will for the Lord of your life may be different than what your expectation is. And if that's right, a group of people, that mean? Well, if you've got a spouse and you expect your spouse to do X, Y, Z, and they don't, what happens? You're disappointed, right? If you're dealing with your parents or grandparents and you expect a certain thing for them to happen and it doesn't, what happens? You get disappointed, right? So misplaced expectations, I think, are dangerous to relationships. I think they're dangerous to our mental health. And I think that we could do a little bit better with things. So one of the things that I've seen in the past is people get hurt pretty severely a lot of times, especially in churches, in ministries, because you expect people to act a certain way, but the expectation in you is birthed in your understanding of what that situation is. So what that means is, if you're not sorry, I gotta jump at green, yellow like that. So basically, an expectation is birthed in you, and it's pretty much you're placing your will on somebody else's life in a way that says, hey, I'm expecting you to fold the laundry when I get home, right? Before I get home. All right, if you've got that expectation set up in your heart, and that's such a simple thing, but you've got that expectation set up in your heart, and you come home and the laundry hadn't been folded, what is your reaction? Well, are you mad at your wife? You're mad at your husband, whoever's supposed to do the laundry, you're mad at your kids, whatever. And then, do you take a minute to try and understand why it wasn't folded? Do you take a minute to try and understand, was there something else that happened throughout the day that caused that to not be able to happen? Again, such a simple, stupid little thing, but we as humans and people will absolutely lose our crap sometimes over the stupidest stuff. My laundry's not folded. What is your problem? What happened? How many arguments have you had with your spouse because of something that simple? I was expecting supper to be done at 4 o'clock, and it was done at 4:85 or 4:45, and I'm starving. What is your problem? What have you been doing all day? And it's little snide comments like that, but what that is it exposes things in us that needs to die. It exposes things in us that need to be brought to the altar and let go of. When you misplace your expectations, you can put a lot of faith in people that don't deserve it. And that's a crude comment, it's a harsh comment, but it's a very true comment. When you put your faith in people, people let you down. Whether they mean to or not is irrelevant. They'll let you down because they're human beings or people. They're going to act like people. You can't be mad at people for acting like people. There's no way. Pastors, you put your expectations that a pastor is going to act a certain way, react a certain way, speak a certain way, live a certain way, do a certain thing, and then they drop the ball in our eyes and even in their own eyes, and what happens? Well, oh my God, I can't believe they did that. What in the world happened? My whole faith, it's been a lie. My relationship with God is like, come on, man. Your expectation and your faith was put into somebody that wasn't built to carry it. We weren't created to carry the faith of other people. That's just not what we were made to do. We were made to produce faith and align with faith. Faith exists whether we acknowledge it or not. So you look at Hebrews 11, the faith chapter, and expectation can kind of borderline faith at times, but whenever you misplace your expectations on people or items or things, the disappointment that comes with that is just the manifestation of us not getting our way, right? Why are you disappointed that somebody let you down? Well, because you built them up and you expected them to act a certain way or do a certain thing, and they didn't. So now I'm mad. Well, take your ball and go home. Boo-hoo, you know. Disappointment is a part of life, but we don't have to lift people up and then get upset when they don't reach what we've set them up to do. You know what I'm saying? When we do that, we set people on a place that maybe they weren't created to be, right? Just things I've been thinking of in my journey of faith and walk and in the community and the bride of Christ and all of that world. I've seen a lot of hurt, you know, seen a lot of people get hurt and walk away from church, walk away from ministry, walk away from people, walk away from relationships that really stemmed from a long string of unmet expectations. You know, who's to blame, I guess, you know, not that we do that as much as we should. Those unmet expectations, right? And then even on ourselves, I'm really bad at this. I will schedule a job for, 3 days, and then in my mind I'll get it set, or one, and then we don't finish it in one, we don't finish it in two, but we do finish it in three. So in theory, that should be a good thing, right? Like, oh yeah, we finished on time. No, we didn't. I wanted to finish in two, so now I'm upset. You know, it's like, again, boo-hoo, get over it. You know, that I wasn't able to meet, so I get disappointed in myself. But the reality is I'm trying to reach a standard that is unattainable a lot of times, right? You can want all day long. You can dig all day long.
Left up to US 278.
I can do that, Siri. I can do it. But you can want all day long, but at the end of the day, it's not something that's always going to happen. And I'm in a relationship, I think it's all right. As soon as it gets to that level to where it's now stolen my joy and I'm angry and I'm upset, or it gets to that level to where I'm hurt because you didn't do something that I expected you to do. There's things in us that need to die. And I do understand the argument, well, you should expect people to do this and this and this. So talking to myself is more. When I don't meet them, being so hard on myself that, you know, my mind gets trashed for the rest of the week or rest of the day or whatever, you know, even a couple of hours. If we give ourselves over to that, we've given power to our life. More important. God, it's so easy to get that way to where we just let things get a hold of us, you know, and we begin to worship those situations. So just something to think on, guys. Let's not place expectations on people that, one, are unrealistic, but two, that maybe they weren't built to carry, right? Maybe they're not made to carry what you're expecting them to do. And then three, don't get upset when people act like people. So I guess I lied to you. It is. Let's not put things on people they weren't meant to carry and then get upset when they can't carry them, right? Let's not do what our will for their life is, right? What does that mean? Is it, hey, I want you need to do this. What is this? I don't know, whatever. Even if you think it's the best thing for their life, it's irrelevant. It doesn't matter. It's not your life. It's theirs. Let them make their decisions. Be there to pull them out of the ditch if they fall in it. Be there to celebrate with them when it goes well. Be there to counsel them if they get bent up. Somebody comes and asks you for advice and they do the exact opposite. Then they come back and ask you for advice again. Don't say, well, I told your butt not to do, you know. Don't do that. say, hey, yeah, that didn't work out. Here's what I think you should do. And then don't get mad if they don't take it that time either. It's okay. It's completely okay. Don't be offended. Man, it's so easy to get offended and walk in offense. And then everywhere we do, we're but anyway, love you guys this morning. I hope everything's going well in your life, and just really excited about things that are happening. We're breaking ground on we already broke ground on the as Gary and our friend, he calls it the city on the hill, that's what I'm taking. But we broke ground on our community/worship event center that we're working to build out at 7 Lily, and it's really coming together. I'm going to be out. We believe the Lord's going to take care of it. I've been, again, yesterday for me was, I think, like a 16-hour day, 15, 16-hour day. Day before that, I don't even remember because I'm shot. So, and then I'm going today, and tonight it's a lot. So we are working our butts off today, but excited about it and thankful to be able to do it. Thankful to be able to have it and bring some incredible people along with us as we do it. Just happy to see what God's doing. So I am currently expecting God to move for us tonight and on us tonight at the night of worship. We can lift up, even if you can't be there, it's okay. We'll live stream some of it we won't, but we're not going to make that a priority. We're just going to, if it happens, we'll do it. If it doesn't, whatever. But yeah, we're going to be eating at 6 o'clock tonight. The event's on our Facebook page. It's called Worship on the Farm, and beautiful place out there. Gorgeous place. I believe the Lord's going to meet us there and go before us. I've been praying for it all week. I know there's others been praying for it all week, and I really do expect to see some things that I've not seen before or not seen in a while. So we'll see if my expectations ill placed. I don't think it is. I'm putting it on the Lord. So if He doesn't do what I want Him to do, I'm not going to get mad at Him at all, actually. So I'm just glad to be a part of what He's doing on the planet. But I love you guys. I hope y'all have a good night. I'm going to kill this stream, and we'll catch up. Hopefully in a few hours we'll be live streaming some worship and fellowship. All right, guys. You have a good day. Apparently I'm not smart enough to figure out how to cut it off. So sorry.